Hi guys, my name is Jeremy with DSCsport. I'm going to go over how to install the software and drivers correctly. We've been getting a few calls and emails and concerns of a conflicting driver issue, not allowing you to communicate with your DSCsport controller via DSC tuner. First thing, what we're going to do is, if you registered the software, you're going to have this email come to your email that you used in the registration. It's going to have it had before the install driver and download software on the registration page. Some of our DSCsport family actually installed this driver via email, as well as they went to our web page, which also offers the install driver button, and they accidentally overlapped two drivers which conflict each other for the communication to the controller. Here I'm going to show you how to uninstall those drivers, which essentially is only labeled as one in your ports section of your device manager, and we will reinstall it the way it should be, and you'll have no errors after this point. After you've installed both drivers accidentally and you need to check communication, you go to your DSC tuner software and open it up. You connect your controller to the USB port. Here I have a Focus RS controller that I'm going to connect to my computer now. The first thing I'm going to do is reset the board. Here I have the problem right now. No port can be found. Please check your hardware to make sure it's connected or enabled. So this is a perfect example of an error message you'll see if you have conflicting drivers on your computer. You can do the serial settings. It's going to have the same error message if you downloaded both drivers accidentally. Here I am, I'm going to go to my device manager. I have my controller plugged in, and you're able to view the ports. The only time you're able to view the ports is when your controller is plugged into the computer. Here I see under ports the Silicon Labs USB driver. I'm going to simply right click and uninstall the device. It's going to ask you again if you want to install it from your system. You hit uninstall. So here I am, I'm going to go to my software registration email that I received, and we're going to have the latest software download here at the bottom, which you will download, as well as the install driver button with the newest drivers. When you click install driver, you're simply going to save it here, and you're going to double click, and you're going to have the DSCsport loader set up. All you need to do is double clicking this, and it will automatically install your drivers as well as your DSC utility, only used for firmware updates. Here you're going to verify that your driver was downloaded correctly. If your controller was plugged in when you were doing the process, you simply have to unplug and replug the controller, essentially resetting the board. It's installing the driver software now. It's ready to use. You see how it says COM3? You just want to be aware of that when you open the tuning software to make sure that they match. So if there's an exclamation point like you saw earlier when it was finalized in the install of the driver, if it's still there after a few moments and after you saw the prompt on the bottom right go away, there's definitely an issue, and you might need to uninstall and reinstall the driver again. So if you still are having issues and there's an exclamation point, we do have a separate video that shows how to install the older drivers in case the new driver is having an issue on your Windows computer. I'm going to reopen my DSC tuning software to still verify I have communication with the controller after the download. Make sure you select your correct vehicle type. Next, check your serial settings to make sure you have the correct baud rate and that the COM port is the same here as it is in your device manager. And here I have the correct port name, COM3, as it shows here in your device manager, COM3. So they are matching. There has been times where you have to change this to make sure it's matching your device driver, and that can be done here with the scroll down menu when your computer recognizes you have more USB ports than one. Double verification is resetting a board, and if you have board is reset, then you know everything is communicating like it should. And I'm Jeremy with DSCsport, and we have just successfully downloaded and communicated with our DSC Sport controller with the new DSC tuning software. And if you haven't already, make sure to join the growing DSC Sport family by purchasing your controller today.